What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Elizabeth, and this is the Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that just love stationery and planning and doing things creatively. And if that sounds like it's up your alley, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. You're definitely going to want to make sure you are subscribed because this video has a giveaway element to it. And one of the requirements, of course, is being subscribed to my channel, along with the star of the show today, LayleByMail. I have become a big LayleByMail stamp fan since discovering her shop back in April leading up to Little Craft Fest. I have purchased a number of items from LayleByMail, but recently she sent me a lot of items as well. So what I'm going to show you today is my collection of stamps from LayleByMail, and I'm going to show them to you in my Swatchbook so you can see basically what my collection looks like. And we're also going to talk about some of the non-stamp items that I have. Some of these I've purchased, some of these were sent to me. So basically everything in today's video, some of it I've purchased and some of it has been sent to me, and I want to be fully transparent about that. So thanks to Layle for helping build out my collection so I can share more creative things with you guys using her products. It's pretty cool. So we're going to go through these things, and then I'm going to share with you a giveaway element at the end of this video. I'll put in timestamps because there's several different things going on here. I'm going to show you stamps, right? So we're going to do basically a stamp swatch overview. This by no means is the complete collection of LayleByMail stamps, but it's a pretty good amount. So you might be able to find something here that you like. And then we will do, take a look at some of the accessory items that I've purchased. And then she sent me her idea books and this workbook that I've been really curious about. So we're going to do a very quick flip through of these items, and then we'll talk about the giveaway at the end. Okay, I feel like, is that a good overview for now? Yes, check the description box. Also, I am an affiliate for LayleByMail now, so I have a discount code for you. So if anything catches your eye today, Joyful10 will save you 10% off at her shop. It's not a one-time use code. It's anytime you're shopping over at LayleByMail, you can use the code Joyful10 to save 10% off of your purchase. It doesn't cost you anything. It only saves you, and it lets Layle know that I sent you, and I would get a small commission off of your purchase, which helps keep the lights on here in my office. So thank you for using my affiliate link and my discount code. Remember, stay to the end because we will talk about a LayleByMail giveaway. But first, let's get into, I want to get to the stamps first because I think a lot of you are probably here to see those things. I have been really just in the last year totally in my stamp era, both in creative journaling and listing, but also in planning. I am first and foremost a decorative and creative planner, and so I started using stamps in my planners. And then when I started collaborating with Archer and Olive and collecting more notebooks, I started doing more journaling in Archer and Olive notebooks. And with my hands often cramping up with lots and lots of writing, I was really intrigued by the idea of creative listing. So basically transforming the way that I journal into more list format so that it can be more creative and maybe a little less writing heavy if my hands are just like on fire. I have post-pregnancy induced carpal tunnel, so sometimes my hands just can't handle the writing. So creative listing has been a great way to journal. So let's get into it. My Swatchbook, now I have two Swatchbooks. You guys, if you've been around for a hot minute, know that this has been my Swatchbook for stamps. And I still have LayleByMail stamps in this Swatchbook. But I recently decided that because I've been collecting more and more LayleByMail stamps, and hopefully she and I can collaborate again in the future, I thought that it would be nice to have a dedicated LayleByMail stamp Swatchbook. And so that's what this is. This is an Archer and Olive B5 notebook that I have been hoarding. It was from a subscription box, gosh, maybe a year ago, the stationery themed one. And it's one of my favorites. I actually tried to use this for like daily journaling, and the B5 size was way too big. So you're going to see here in just a minute that I do have a journaling page in here, but I was like, you know, I that doesn't mean I can't like use it anymore because it's got a page written in it. So I just decided to set this up as a Swatchbook. then just go around it. So that's what we have going on. So what we're going to do is we are going to flip through the Swatchbook, and we're going to jump back and forth between the Swatchbook and this is my tub of LayleByMail stamps. They are currently stored in a couple of different types of envelopes, and we'll talk about that as well. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think we just need to get started. This title page I set up using Cocoa Daisy. So we're doing lots of cross-pollination here, right? So Archer and Olive notebook, Cocoa Daisy. This is the September 2025 kits. And you can see I have that video up on my channel already kind of unboxing the September 2025 kit. I love the colorway on this. And then in one of my orders from LayleByMail, there was a listing with Layle stamp set. And since this is going to be exclusively for LayleByMail stamps, I went ahead and used her listing with Layle stamp down here. I used paper. I just ripped I ripped one piece of Cocoa Daisy paper. It has different patterns on either side. So I just flipped it over. So we have the one-sided pattern, and then on the other side, this guy. And then I used, I think it was the Olive Alpha from LayleByMail to put down stamp Swatchbook and some stickers. Tabs are also Cocoa Daisy. Don't sleep on tabs, guys. I feel like they come in a lot of the kits, and you might just be having all these spare tabs and not knowing what to do with them, but they're just such a great way to organize your notebooks. So use those. Here you can see just the start of some of my, I guess, areas. And the way that I organized this was wanting to group like items together, and I left a lot of buffer pages between each section, presuming that my collection from LayleByMail is going to grow. Okay, I have not created my my index yet. That is going to be coming. And here you can see my journaling page. That was cute, but like I can't do this much writing. It was just too much. And so we are going to get into the stamps. Okay, so let's start with numbers. LayleByMail numbers. Now, I am going to point out along the way the July 2025 release. Layle did send those to me. So if you're already a LayleByMail aficionado and you don't have the July collection yet, I'm going to point out the July collection as we go. Okay. So let me pull out, I should have, hold on. Let me show this to you. This is a Bright Room clear plastic tub from Target, if you're wondering how I'm storing these. And I still need to do a bit of organizing, but what we're going to do is pull out all of the numbers that I can find. Again, this is something that I should have done off camera, so my apologies. But we're gonna flip through here, and I do like these bins because they fit the largest sized stamp sets, regardless of the type of storage they're in. So I do appreciate that. Let's see, I think, oh, we got these big ones. Uh-oh, I just bumped you guys. Okay, we're okay. Let's see, any more numbers? I really should have organized this. All right, I think we're good for now. So your stamps from LayleByMail are going to come in a couple, they're going to come packaged like, find one that's in its original packaging. They're going to come like this, okay? Now, this is how I've seen them in when she had when she was at Little Craft Fest. So when it's like kind of marketplace style. So you've got the branding up at the top, the name of the collection. These are photopolymer stamps. They're going to last a really good amount of time. And you got the number of pieces on there. So this is the What a Day stamp set. And I actually put this under calendaring because it has the months, but I wanted to show this to you so you could see what the packaging looks like. I think in a few of these cases, I have samples, and so they're going to look a little bit different. They're not going to have the branding on them. So let's just start from the left and move to the right. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to have to stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Okay, so we have by the numbers 1 and by the numbers 2. And here you can see, again, what that packaging looks like. Like this was probably at Little Craft Fest. And then I have a sample here of by the numbers 2. This one has been out for a minute, the By the Numbers 1. By the Numbers 2 is in the July 2025 release. So we're going to take a look at those. So we have 1 and 2, both versions. The first version is definitely clean and simple here. And then the second version, which came out in July, is more like fun, more playful. They are split into 2 separate stamps, and that allows you to move them around on the page. So if you wanted 1 through 5 in the upper left, and then you wanted 6 through 10 in the lower right, you could do that. Or you could squeeze them together if you wanted to do that as well. So that is, again, the By the Numbers. And I think those are also really nice if you just aren't the kind of person that wants to manually stamp one number at a time. You know, they've clustered these together. So it's, you know, much easier to just lay down all 10 numbers in 2 passes, which is nice. So again, By the Numbers 1 and By the Numbers 2, and this one was in the July 2025 release. Okay, so next we have Poe numbers. This is like Edgar Allan Poe, like typewriter type font. And this stood out to me big time because I started noticing that Layle's really good about adding duplicate stamps in her sets. So most companies that I've purchased stamps from will have just 1 of each number or 1 of each letter. And then maybe in some cases, the 6 and the 9 are the same. You just have to rotate it. Or the 0 and the O are the same. And so you only get 1. So there's a lot of like double dipping. And with Layle, she duplicates things. So I noticed with the Poe numbers, you've got 2 large 2s, you have 2 medium-sized 2s, and 2 small-sized 2s. Super helpful because we are living in the 2000s, right? And so we are often doing 2025. 2026, 2023, we have duplicate 2s, and this allows you to, if you want to, lay multiple numbers down at the same time on a larger block. So I really appreciate that. And I do want to double check. I feel like the Poe numbers was part of the July release as well. It was. So this is also, these 2 guys, the By the Numbers 2 and the Poe numbers were both in that July release. And here you can see it's a 4x6 stamp set. Next, we have a really fun one. This is By the Numbers Allison. And this one is just a fun way to cut it. I see a lot of people doing this just decoratively on their own, or like even with brush tip pens where they'll write a word down and then they'll cut it with a like sans serif like handwriting or even a cursive handwriting across the large spelled out with a brush tip pen. You know what I mean? This kind of creates that pre-layered look. These are all individual stamps, but you can see that the number is spelled out in between, like cutting the number in half. And I love this look. I think this is so bloomin' cool. Haven't seen anything quite like it, kind of preset like this. And yeah, I think it's great. Also like the bonus little number here, NO with a little dot, so, or abbreviation. And so you can do like number 6, number 7, etc. if you wanted to do a big list. So again, this is By the Numbers Allison. And then we have Christine. Pull in here. This guy right here. This is List Builder Christine, small numbers in solid. This is a really, really nice size for decorative dating, which is what I do a lot on my channel when I'm setting up a planner creatively. I love decorative dating. Even if my planner is already dated, I will white it out or I will cover it up and then I will redate it in a decorative and creative way so that I don't lose real estate space in the middle of my planning pages. So I'm all about decorating in the margins and decorating up at the top, the dates. And this is a really nice size because I love a bold number, but sometimes you don't want to take up too much space. And I feel like the size of this is perfect for decorative dating. This is definitely one that I think was in my very first order at LayleByMail because I knew that it was going to be a good one for me. And then you have little bonus hearts here, which is nice as well. So again, this is List Builder Christine, small numbers in bold. The newest to my collection, and I showed this to you guys when I did my 42 Hopes video, my creative listing video from a couple weeks ago, featured these giant numbers. These are huge, you guys. I think they were bigger than I was. I knew they were going to be big when I saw them on the website, but I didn't know they were going to be this big. But it's nice. Sometimes you just want like a punch, you know? And especially if you're doing things around your birthday or a set number where you want that number to just explode on the page and then decorate around it. These are so good. So this is List Builder Christine Numbers Large. This is the solid, and this is just Christine Numbers Large. So Christine Number Large, and you get those bonus little stars, and then Large Solid. And I believe these were sold in a bundle. So if you wanted to get both, you can do that. What's great is you can use two different colors, right? So you could do this solid color, make it like green, and then you could overlap the line stamp over it in black or in an even darker green. You could do kind of a tonal look with this set. So again, that's List Builder Christine Numbers in Large and Large Solid. I think, yep, that's all I have for my numbers, which honestly, it's not that many. We're going to have to fix that. So these are the numbers that I have. And then you can see I left some open space. And then we get into calendaring. Now, one note I want to make about how I swatch things. I bulk swatch, and I don't know if it's the appropriate thing to do with swatching, but it's how I do my swatch book because it would take forever to swatch all of these stamps. But what I do, once I've primed a stamp set, I ink the whole piece of acetate, all of the stamps at once, and I lay the whole sheet down and I make an impression. That means that some of these impressions are not going to be perfect, but trust, if I were using these individually in my planner or in my journal, you will get a nice crisp stamp. This is just me bulk stamping. So any imperfections are not a reflection of the stamp itself, but the stamp method that I'm using. So let's pull out our calendaring, guys. So we've got What a Day and Out the Window. And this one we will come back to, but I'll pull this out. Just remember Out the Window, because the Out the Window set actually is a twofer. Actually, let me see if I can find this right here. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. This is a two-piece set, and that definitely came off the wrong guy. Guys, I need to get my stamps organized. This is ridiculous. But the Out the Window is a two-piece set where you get your numbers. This has your months. Now, this is an older stamp set, so you have 2021 through 2024. That doesn't bother me, especially because we have the numbers included with our alphas and our months, so I can do updated years with these guys. So definitely don't count out some of the sets that might have some older months on them. Maybe they'll even discount at some point. But yeah. So just keep that in mind. This is 21 to 24, but there's enough stamps on here that, to me, make it totally worth it. So here you can see what those look like. And that's a really nice font. I like a tall, skinny font. It just looks really cool when you mix it with other fonts. And it's a good... it's just a good header font. So excited to have that. And here you can see Out the Window. So we've got some extra phrases here. And that corresponds with, I'm going to flip this over, this guy. Now, it's a two-piece set. I'll show this stamped out later in the collection. But you have different modes of transportation. And then this line and like writing lines where you can basically log travel, right? So you could put in the year, the month, and then method of transportation, and you could do like a log of your travel. So it's just nice that there's kind of just it's like a cohesive collection here. So again, this is a two-piece set. And then we have What a Day. This is such a fun one. This one has a bunch of different fonts. Interestingly, this font right here, it's a little doubled up because of my stamping method, but this is Layle's actual handwriting, and I cannot believe that her regular handwriting is stylized like this, but it is. So we've got what a day, awesome, best day ever, good enough, I've got this, forgettable, unforgettable, star ratings, great day this happened, blah. And then you've got a bunch of different typewriter font phrases here, keep going, disliked, one of those days, one day at a time, glad it's over, liked, happy day, go with the flow. Layle is known for creative listing. So a lot, I would say she does more functional stamps than decorative stamps, but maybe we'll see that change in time. But what you're seeing is like all kind, and you'll notice this too when we get to words and phrases, all kinds of prompts and headers and one-liners and taglines to help you tell a story. And she does that really well with all these different sets and the mixes of fonts here. Like such a good bang for your buck, getting all of these phrases in different fonts. And then you also get your monthly stamps. And these ones would be really good for a planner. I would definitely use these. It's a clean sans serif. I love the all caps. We've got Sunday through Saturday here in one long stamp. So if you wanted to create a habit tracker, if you're a bullet journaler, you could create a habit tracker with this. And then you've got nice bold numbers here and TH, RD, and an ST. So third, 14th, second, first, you've got these kind of endings to your numbers. And I just think this is probably one of the best bang for your buck stamp sets. If you're wanting something for creative listing and you're wanting something for planning or bullet journaling, this is a great catch-all. And again, this one is called What a Day. These are also a favorite of mine. I think they're so aesthetically pleasing, but we have About Last Month. Now she has 3 versions of these and I only have one. No, I have 2 versions. So 2023, well, maybe she did them before. I only saw 2023, 2024, and 2025. This is the 2023 version. And I love the look of this. I love the bold abbreviated month with the lines underneath. It's just a really nice like header. And I think the font choice is really cool too. So really love this one. And then you've got little prompts, month in review and About Last Month. One of the lists that Layle makes often is About Last Month, where you can kind of list out things that happened last month or do a month in review. And this stamp set is to help you set up your header to get the page set up for journaling or listing about the previous month. And obviously you can use these for any type of list. But that's, I think, the concept behind this. So love this, About Last Month, 2023. And then, this might be harder to see here, but this is About Last Month, 2025. So this is the newer version. And can we just like look at this for a second? I feel like she's good at following trends. Like this font, I think, is fabulous. And she's even giving us like different stamp options across years. So this About Last Month in 2023 was just the months. And then you do have a year stamp here for 2023 and your 2 like subheaders. With this one, you've got a really fun font and then some new things. We have month in review, About Last Month in that font. And then she also gave us the numbers for the months. So we go from 1 to 12. And then we also have 2025, 2026, and 2027. So she's giving us 3 years here, which she didn't give us back in 2023. So this is a really fun set to get. Of course, I like having all of them because I think this font is really nice for other occasions. So I see a place for both versions of About Last Month. I also think this is rad because they're so different that if you're someone who collects stamps or likes using a bunch of different fonts, the series of About Last Month, like each set is so different, you could have each one and it not overlap. So that is About Last Month, 2025. And now we have some spaces and we're going to jump to the alphas. And I'm hoping I have enough pages there. So moving to the alphas, let me pull all these guys out. I love alpha stamps. They are my absolute favorite. Okay, so let's start with Reggie. And I think there's even a larger Reggie size that I don't have. Actually, I do have it. Hold on. We'll get there. I'm jumping ahead. There are 3 different styles of Reggie, and I believe she sells them individually and as a bundle, and the savings is a little bit, I mean, it's better savings if you get them as a bundle if you want them all. They're unique on their own, so I see use for all 3, which is why bundles are always nice. Let's start with these smaller ones. So this is Reggie Alpha outlined, and you have both the uppercase and the lowercase, and you have numbers and punctuation marks. So love that for us. And then we have the solid, again, capital and lowercase and numbers and punctuation. So there are your 2 alphas. And actually, it's kind of cool to see this in an Arch and Olive notebook, sizing wise. 1, 2, 3. Like these fit within 3 squares of an Arch and Olive notebook, in case anybody is curious. Then we jump over to the large alphas, and these are lowercase and solid. And she's arranged these a little differently, but it's kind of cool looking. So we go see how it says ACS. Like they're kind of mixed a little bit more, stylized a bit. We do not have numbers in the Reggie Alpha Large just because it wouldn't fit. I mean, it's already on the largest sized sheet, but we do have room for punctuation. So that is Reggie Alpha Large, lowercase solid. That is a mouthful, you guys. Okay, so then we have Poe, and I think Poe might have a big brother that I need to go back to the website and look for. But Poe is just so lovely, you guys. That is that classic typewriter font. You have in the smaller size, both upper and lowercase, and then in the larger size, upper and lowercase, and punctuation in both the small size and the large size. And this corresponds back to our, didn't I say we had Poe numbers? These Poe numbers. So if you wanted a matchy-matchy typewriter moment, you can get the Poe alphas and the Poe numbers. So love these. This is just, it just looks cool. I feel like the typewriter font is very hip and in right now. I'm loving it with my days of the week stickers, and a lot of my like custom script stickers for my planner are in a typewriter font. I just think it looks really classy and clean. All right, let's see what else we have. Timmy, I believe Timmy Alpha is brand new in July. And this one is a nice, bold, sans serif, clean, like, love this. This is like a minimalist dream when you just want a bold header or a bold day. You can spell it out, and it's pretty simple. But I feel like everybody should have a really clean, bold font for, you know, pages that pop. And this one also has some punctuation. Not a lot, but exclamation point, your semicolon, and your colon. But these actually are separate stamps, so you could actually do them as periods if you wanted to. So again, Timmy Alpha is one of the new July 2025 release items. I believe she releases items every other month on the 15th, so always stay tuned to the LayleByMail account and her website to see when new things are coming out. I might have new things to share. I'm not sure. But yeah, usually around the 15th of every month. So start saving your money, guys, because these are so cool. Next, we have the Olive Alpha, and this is this gives me like Art Deco, clean vibes, minimalist vibes. But we have, this is something I freaked out when I saw this. The Olive Alpha, you have the lowercase, the smaller all caps with your numbers, punctuation, and look at this. she gives us duplicates of A, E, and I. This girl, Layle, is making like the most of your sheet size, giving you duplicates of vowels. So like I said at the beginning, while some folks might like double dip O's and 6s and 9s, Layle is fitting in some additional vowels so that you can lay multiple things down at the same time. So here is our smaller and then our larger. And the larger also has duplicates A, E, and I. Isn't that rad, you guys? Like, I didn't notice that when I was first purchasing her stuff. And then I noticed it with the numbers, the number 2 duplicates. And then I noticed this. I'm like, oh, it's like she does this. She notices these things. I love that. Or is intentional about those things. And I really appreciate that. Okay, so now we're going to move to words and phrases. And pull these guys out. And we are going, again, to talk about the storage stiff we got going on. So once we get through these guys, I also have icons we'll do last. So I do need to add another tab on my notebook. All right, I think that's almost all of them. Okay, so let's start with Here's the Story. Love this one. So this is Here's the Story, and I'm gonna have to stand up for this. Here you can see what Here's the Story looks like, but you've got a nice bold, the story, and then all kinds of fun little phrases to get you prompted up and good to go for memory keeping. The messy middle, long story short, and so it begins, the best ever, captured all the feels, it went like this, once upon a time. These are just really good prompts. How it started, how it's going, the highlights, happily ever after, the good, the bad, and the ugly, true story, the good life, the details, love this. Just the highlights. And then we even have a bonus line here to, you can underline any of these or create lines on your page. So that is, again, the story. Here's the story. Then we have documenting the details. This is documenting the details. Again, we're going to see the word story a lot because it's just getting us to tell our story. This is a really fun, whimsical one that would be good in different colored inks. I always lean towards black and I'm trying to like use different colored inks, but some of these kind of open ones like this, you could color in with like an acrylic marker, which would be really fun. But again, this is documenting the details. You can see what those look like. Pretty, right? I love the mix of fonts here. Like, I don't know. This one is just so fun to me. Love that. This made me smile, documenting the details. Love that. Then we have Glimmers, and Glimmers 2 is brand new. So here is the original Glimmers, and it was the word glimmers and then almost like a currently type thing, but like words, like it doesn't make sense. Like little things that brightened your day, little things that made you joy, like made you feel joy, like getting a good parking spot. That would be considered like a glimmer. And here you have little prompts. Today I noticed, this week I noticed, this month I noticed, and then gratitude, calm, the small things, well-being, happy, simplicity. These are just little words that you can pop into your page. Maybe if you're starting a gratitude log, you could use these words here to kind of fill it in if you got some gaps. Fun little flourishes here that you can add in different colors. Like picture them in like pastel colors or something like that would be so pretty. And then the new one for July 2025 is Glimmers 2. And this one is definitely more, this is like your header word, not header words, but more like, I don't know, strip words. I don't know how to describe them, but this one is definitely more decorative. So Glimmers 2. You can see the difference pretty clearly between Glimmers and Glimmers 2. Much more whimsical. Love the font down here. Just really cute. I think these would be absolutely fabulous for gratitude logs, gratitude journaling, to kind of help fill in a page. If you don't know what to write, you can just add some stamps to kind of fill it in. Then we have In the News 2. And In the News 2 means there was an In the News 1. I don't have In the News 1, but this is really good for your creative listing if you want to do kind of what's happening right now, current events. Maybe every month you do like a in the news this month, and then you have these fun headers. You've got little what is the word I'm looking for, you guys, for these little guys? Wow, significant, seriously, these little just little blips of communication along the way. So no way, just the facts, here's the story, newsworthy, latest news, wow, significant, seriously, breaking news, what's happening lately. Love these different icons here with maybe where you're listening to the news, watching the news, reading the news, and you can use them in a different context too. I mean, these are just cell phones. And that's like a little text bubble. It looks like an e-reader or a Kindle or an iPad. And maybe podcast or radio, television, newspapers. So you can use these in different contexts as well. But love these different fonts in the news: who, what, when, where, why, how. This looks just like a news icon. Just the facts, monthly highlights, newsworthy, interesting enough to the general public to warrant reporting. Sometimes. Breaking news, here's a story in the news. And then this is kind of fun little box. It says news, and then you can put maybe what the headline is if you wanted to do just a quick little bloop of what made the news that day. If maybe you want to do this in your planner, just put like, oh, what was the top headline for today? You could use this little box here. So that is In the News 2. I think In the News 1 had a large typewriter on it. So if you're looking for more decorative stuff, then In the News 1, the original, might have more decorative elements. And this is the smaller typewriter. So that was In the News 2. And then Goal Getter. This is a fun one, guys. So this is Goal Getter. And I think everybody should have this like in December. If you're someone that likes to do goal setting for the new year, like if you run your goals on a calendar cycle, then in December, you're probably starting to think about goals for the upcoming year. Maybe around your birthday, your next year of life, you're wanting to kind of plan something out. Maybe you have a big project or a vacation or something for work or a fitness journey, a health journey, a spiritual journey, whatever. These are really good decorative headers to help set up your pages for goal setting. So we'll read through a bunch of these so you guys can get a good sense for it. And again, I love the mix of fonts here. It's somehow cohesive, even though they're all different, thin lines, thick lines. Most of them are pretty clean. We don't have any cursive in this one, but I think this, you can mix and match these fonts really well. So we've got Goal Getter. Can I get a do-over? Let's try that again. If I knew then what I know now, believe it, achieve it. I did it. Get it, girl. Love the star rating here for the win. Out of focus. Lately, one step forward. Proud of this. Can't stop, won't stop. How it's going, how it started. Ooh, these are nice. These arrows, how it's going, how it started. Doing my best. And then you've got these two little medals down here, trophy and like a ribbon. Goal, the first step in turning your vision into reality. Challenge accepted. Keep it simple. Better luck next time. F for fail, D for done, N for near. So you could kind of track your progress. Begin with the end in mind. Tomorrow is another day. Progress over perfection. And this is nice too. Like you could use this as a chart for like where you're at in progress. So like maybe you put this every month in your planner and you fill in each square as you go, like as you make progress in your goal. Or you could look at it as your tank. If your tank is empty, leave it open. I don't know, your battery if you need a recharge. There's all kinds of different ways you can use that guide. So that is Goal Getter. Then we have some big boys. This is Opposites Attract. And this is fun because they are opposites that you could put down in the same list. And we're going to see this when we flip through her listing idea books. But you could do then and now, like, dislike, love, hate, this, that, more, less. You can basically use the opposites in one spread, or you could use them however you want and just grab one out, like this love. Obviously, like if I'm doing memory keeping, maybe of taking my daughter to the zoo, I could just use this large love stamp to just say love this, you know, and then put down some photos and some journaling. So you don't have to use them as opposites, but it is a fun list idea to do a this and that situation. So that is Opposites Attract. And then, where is this one? There it is. This is Beginning and End. And I feel like this is a good partner for this, so that's why I kept them together. But this is Beginning and End. And this would be good with Goal Getter as well, the Goal Getter guy, because you've got just the beginning, to be continued, the end, just start. And then you've got a little kind of chart here where you could do some dating if you wanted to, or you could use this as a big check mark if you wanted to write down something here. And then you have date, started, and completed. You could do this as a book for like a book log too. All kinds of different uses for these. And that was Beginning and End. Okay, so it's funny. I put bad day and all smiles next to each other, which kind of cracks me up, but let's just zoom in here so I don't have to move these guys too much. So this is all smiles. And this was a kind of a secondary pickup after the Grateful one. I love the Grateful stamp set we're about to look at. But then I thought it would be fun. I saw the Joy stamp and I was like, oh, I just love to just put Joy every once in a while in my planner. Not even in like listing, but just, I don't know, if I just wanted to, I don't know, lighten things up. These are really great. My happy place, enjoying this, smile big, I did it, oh happy day, all the feels. This is exciting. Happy thumbs up, right? Yes, please. So good. Loving this. This made me smile. Proud of this. Made my day the best. Worth it. I did it. Kind of a big deal. Just fun, like little blurbs that you can put into your planner. I know that Layle is a listing person. She does travelers notebooks, all kinds of like scrappy type things. But when I see sets like this, I see it for planning because the fonts are smaller and they're just so good for everyday moments. So if you're someone that has planned out, you've used your planner for the week and you're looking at it at the end of the week and you also want to use your planner as a memory keeper, I would, with your completed planner week, go back and add stamps and stickers around your page, and it'll help call your eye, call attention, and remind you of like little things that happened each day. So like if you got a new puppy on Tuesday, like, and that's in your planner, like pick up puppy, whatever, you know, you can add this made me smile. If there's room in the margin, like put a stamp down, made you smile, you know? And then when you're flipping through your planner at the end of the year or at the end of the month, you're looking through and you go, oh, you'll see this first, this made me smile. And you'll look at your planner and go, oh, what made me smile? Oh, that's when we got little Georgie. You know, that's when we got our puppy. So yeah, I would look at these. If you're a planner person that follows me for planner content, don't count out stamps as being for scrapbookers and for memory keeping. Stamps like this are so good for planning, especially if you're a creative planner. Like this is like how you can level up and really just stretch yourself creatively on paper. The next one is Bad Day. And this is just, if you had a bad day, it's okay. You don't have to like fake it and just put the word joy down. Like if it was bad, let's like talk about it, you know? Let's be real about it. Especially if something sad happened in your day and it's something that you want to recall and remember and like give reverence to. You've got all kinds of, some more serious and some just more like, meh, meh, like, nope, not my circus, not my monkeys. I say this all the time. I don't mean to be rude, but ... No filter. This made me mad. Chin up, buttercup. Ugh, seriously, frown face. Swearing helps. Not okay. This sucks. Meh. Is it tomorrow yet? Not feeling it. Glad that's over. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Such a nice stamp set. If you just want to like live in the moment and be authentic on paper, these are fun little prompts for you. So that was Bad Day. One of the first stamp sets though I got from LayleByMail is this one. This is the Gratitude stamp set. And you guys, ooh, I need to label this one. I've used this before on my channel. I'm sure you guys have seen me use it. I'm going to go ahead and label this actually. So this is called Grateful. And it kind of scratches the itch of the All Smiles one. I mean, there's more phrases, and it's a little bit, you know, the stamps are bigger. We've got more deco items. So I think there's a use for both of them, but it does scratch the itch if you want to focus on gratitude. And I just think this is so good. I love the big grateful, splendid, top 3 highlights. Love this. Good things that happen today. I'm grateful for the little things, more of this happiness this year, today. Remember your why. Appreciate this. Oh, this is nice. So we have today, this week, this month, and this year. So that's a fun way to, like if you wanted to do grateful, if you wanted to do a gratitude spread in one moment in time, you could do a page where you do the decorative elements and then you put grateful and then you log for each thing today, this week, this month, and this year, but in that specific moment in time. That was how I would probably use these guys. Less of this, thankful. I want to remember this, good things, definition of grateful. I just love this stamp set. This is one of my favorites that she has done because it's a nice mix of fonts and there's some memory keeping elements to it. There's some decorative elements. So this is a really great one. Hopefully it's still in stock because I'm talking about it, but I love it. And then getting its own little page here, because I'm hoping that Layle comes out with more Christmassy, holiday themed guys. This is Word Strips Holiday. It's the only holiday stamps I have from LayleByMail, but Word Strips Holiday. And I have an idea for how I want to use this in a spread as we get closer to Christmas. But I love the typewriter font. I love that it's just fun little whimsical phrases. Merry, twinkle, oh what fun, bah humbug, merry and bright, 'tis the season, fa la la, holly jolly, warm wishes, celebrate, all I want for Christmas, winter wonderland. It's just a lot of fun Christmas themed phrases in that typewriter font, and I'm a big fan. So I'm hoping that Layle will come out with more Christmas themed stamps so that I can fill out this page, and then all of my holiday themed stamps will hopefully fit on this guy. Okay, so I need to get another dividing tab. So I don't know where I put this. Oh, here we go. Now we're going to get into, this section is going to be like deco and icons maybe. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. But let's start with this guy. Zoom back in here. So this is called Right Here. And the reason I picked this one out, honestly, is because of the creative elements to it and this large stamp right here. I love this stamp. I love that these lines are a little wonky, right? They look like they're hand-drawn. And I like the shape of the single stamp it's already stacked. So I can put a word here. I could put a large alpha here, a large number here. I could put a sticker here. I could put a stamp here. Like, I just like that it's like stair-stepped lines. And you will definitely be seeing me use this soon in a creative listing video because I have to. I think this is such a great shape. I'm so glad that she came out with a set that has something like this. And then these decorative elements are awesome. Like we've got these little kids here. We've got some flowers, very meta with our stationery, our pen cup with some pens, typewriter, an envelope, a journal, a paint palette, some paintbrushes, a cactus, a stamp, and ink. I just think that this collection is really, it's kind of whimsical. It's got like a doodle look to it. And I love the mix of the icons with this functional line set. I just think it's like so good. So good. And I bet this would be a nice stamp fit in a traveler's notebook, or even, actually, let me grab this. This is an Archer and Olive traveler's notebook. And I feel like, oh yeah. So if you use an Archer and Olive traveler's notebook, look how nicely that fits in there. That's really nice. So, big fan of this stamp set. It's one of her older ones, but it is still in stock. And again, it's called Right Here. Then we have cameras. This is just a fun way to add some whimsy if you're doing memory keeping. What I would do with these guys, since there's so much black, I wouldn't use black. I would use that ink pad from Hero Arts that is like the lightest gray tone. I think I've shown it, months ago I showed it to you guys. But it's actually, hold on. I think it was the contour ink. Yeah, it was the contour ink. I have a sample of this, which is why this one's closed. But the contour ink from Hero Arts is a really, 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 really light gray. And the idea behind it is that you can stamp an image down and it leaves the faintest impression so that you can then color or draw or pen on top of it, paint on top of it, whatever you want. So that's what I would do with the large icons photography, is I would use a really light color like this contour ink, and then I would actually color it so that my different cameras are actually in color. I think that would look so fun, and that's probably something I should try soon. I haven't tried them with this. I've done it with some other kind of more like lined artwork, but I think it could work with this as well, because it's basically giving you something to trace and then fill in. So anyways, this is large icons photography, great for memory keeping. And then we're gonna rotate this guy around, and we've got large icons travel. And this is just great for logging your travels, memory keeping, if you're going on a trip. Makes me want to go back to my planner from a week or two ago and like stamp some of these guys down in my planner for our trip to Seattle. Just a fun way to add some whimsy to your planner. I think this would also lend a hand to that contour ink, because you can make the impression, and then I could color it in whatever colors I want. So love these. And I like that bigger size. I have a use for the small itty bitty icons we're going to take a look at, but these larger ones, they're large icons, but they are decorative elements. And so you could create you could create a packing list out of this, kind of have some fun stamps up at the top and then do your packing list. So I really like this for the decorative element to it, and that they're lined art, so you can color them in with pens if you want to. So that was large icons travel. And then this one is brand new. So this is Destination Unknown. This is part of the July 2025 release. And we have a large circle here, like a framed out space. And then I did not stamp this well. I was doing this one in my living room, and so hopefully you guys can forgive my shadowing. But we have the frame, and then we have all these different methods of transportation. So we've got a minivan, like an RV, a Star bicycle, like an SUV, a bus. This is like a trolley, a motorcycle, like a camper trailer. The airplane, we've got some stars, another car. This looks like maybe a train, and then a like a cruise, if you're going on a cruise. This is Destination Unknown and really fun for memory keeping your travels. I think this is our last page, and then we're going to jump into her idea books. Oh wait, and then we have, but yeah, we've got my boxes at the end. Big fan of those. So let me make sure we are, all right, I think we're gonna get this all in one spread. So this is the Out the Window set that I referenced earlier. That is the bundle with the alpha set. So Out the Window, and here you can see what that kind of formatting looks like. And then you have some additional transportation methods. And then icons, music. This is this one new? Yes, this is new. So this was also in the July 2025 release, the mini icons in music. This is so cute, you guys. So we've got a record. We've got like maybe your phone playing music. We've got a cassette tape. Do people know what cassette tapes are anymore? I don't know. I do. Cassette tape, a boom box. We have the record player, and then a piano, headphones, a microphone, some musical notes, music, the soundtrack of life, a magical mood booster. So this is just a fun little set. And this would be great if you're doing some creative listing, maybe like your 10 favorite songs. That's what your creative list is. You just want to kind of write down music that speaks to you, or maybe you want to write down song lyrics and you want to add a creative element to it, decorative element to it. You could use these to set up like your favorite lyrics page in your notebook or your journal. So again, this was new for July 2025. Then these guys. Oh, now I've cut the packaging down on these to fit inside my small maple and lark on the go stamp situation. So ignore the packaging here because I've modified the packaging. There are 3 different collections of list builder, bullets, and more. This is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. And the styles have all kind of changed a little bit, so I can't say which one is my favorite because they are so different. But the reason you would, there's a bunch of different reasons why you would want these different icons, but I think the heart behind it for Layle was when she does her creative listing, she is literally listing things. And instead of doing just regular boring bullets, she will use these little icons to be her bullets. And it's the cutest thing. I haven't done it yet, but I think it's a really cute idea. I mean, some of these are like seasonal. So if you were doing like a fall bucket list, like 10 things I want to do in October, you could use this like leaf here to be like your bullets for your list. Or, you know, Christmassy things. There's, you know, a little mistletoe here. So lots of different options. I think these are great for planners as well, though. If you are someone that likes to have like, if you're more minimalist and you like little icons to go along with maybe stats. So let's say you are tracking fitness or your steps. You've got like some little sandals here. If you are tracking when you go to the gym, if there's a barbell in this set number 3. If you maybe want to log what service you went to at church, there's a cross here. Want to log your period. There's this drop. Technically, I think it's a raindrop, but we all know that it could be a different kind of drop. Just so many different ways that you can add little signifiers in your planner. So I know this was made for creative listing, but I think these are great planner icons. And I've been trying to use these more because stickers can get expensive, right? Stickers are a one-time use situation, and once your sheet is gone, you got to buy another. But with these icons, they're good forever, basically. So let me show you what this guy looks like. Maybe we'll zoom in like this. So this is bullets and more. This is the OG, okay? The OG one has numbers. So if you want to do mini lists, get the first one because it's the only one that has numbers. It's also the most like basic functional with our different types of bullets. And we've got some flags, thumbs up, thumbs down, frown and smiley, stars, check marks, arrows, and then a little squirrel. She, I don't know if it's like her mascot is the squirrel, but you'll see squirrels kind of pop up throughout Layle's stuff, which is super cute. So that is the first one. So again, the first one is going to be the most like basic, functional. If you're kind of a clean person and you want to stick to numbers, you even get like 3 fonts of numbers, which is nice. So I think the first one is a great starter. Now, I think I purchased the second one first, and then I went back and purchased the third one, and then I went back to the first one, or maybe I got these two at the same time. But I don't know what it was about List Builder number 2, but it just really spoke to me. I think what really spoke to me was the book for like my daily Devo, where if I wanted to log like what chapters I read in my Bible. I like the pencil, the scissors, the dollar bill, this little thumbtack, the cross. There's like fruits and veg. This little TV, if you want to log like what you're currently watching. If you went to the movies, you got a little ticket stub here. I like the little feet. We've got different types of flowers. We've got weather. This was another one that I was like, oh, that's good. So we've got the sun, the moon, a raindrop, umbrella, snowflake, a dog and a cat, a paw print. You got some hearts. That's Santa. I did a bad job here, but it got double stamped, but little Santa, musical note. To me, this one caught my eye first. And then you got the cake and the ice cream. I thought that would be good for logging birthdays. Little like bell for an alarm. If you have an idea, you can see like this one, I don't know, this one really spoke to me, the shopping cart. I'm doing like a shopping list. So this is List Builder, Bullets and More. This is the second one. And again, this is the one that I purchased first because I thought I was going to get the most use out of these icons. And then the third one is definitely more whimsical, and I laid a different stamp down. So just forgive me. I was trying to get some stamping done while my daughter was napping. So I was doing this in the living room. So it's not a perfect stamp swatch, but here you can see those ones. Just a lot more like whimsical, although we do have like thumbtack. So that one's hollowed out and at an angle, whereas this one's black and just straight down. Pencil is shorter, whereas that's a smaller full-size one. So there are some that are similar, but like just a different take. So like here's the scissors in 3. The scissors in 2 are a lot smaller. So these overall are a lot smaller than 3. More food, lots more food. Camping, vacation, art. Got a little check mark there. So that is the third one. So far she's done 3 different sets of the Bullets and More. I would love to know what you guys think, like which Bullets and More set do you like the most? Let me know. I'm curious. Okay, the last stamp before we get into, I know this is a long one, guys, before we get into the notebooks and accessories and whatnot, are the in the box stamps. And I need to label this. So we have in the box, this is the first version, okay? The first version is 2 boxes, 2 frames, basically. And then the second one is a set of 6 set of 6. And this is in the box 2, which I need to label properly. In the box 2. I love these, you guys. I love them so much. If you are just getting going with stamping, this would be one of the first items I would pick up if I were you, just because they're so universally usable. I mean, you can use them in any context, whether you are planning and you want little planner boxes, or if you are listing or memory keeping. They're just nice frames. I have used these several times, at least once on camera, so you guys could see how I use this set specifically. And I just love these. So the In the Box series is great. I can't remember if she sells these now bundled, but I purchased separately. I think I purchased the big one and she might have sent me the smaller one. But if you can get them in a bundle, that would be great because the sizes are not replicated in any way, shape, or form. So these to me are a really great duo. Now, I'm going to move this aside and we're going to talk about some of the accessories. And since this is here, I'm just going to show you. Now, Layle sells, people ask me all the time about stamp storage. And there's a couple different ways that I store them. So first of all, these are Hero Arts envelopes. So I get them, I used to be able to get them at Joann, but Joann, may she rest in peace, is no longer. So I have purchased these directly from Hero Arts. There are pros and cons to these. And so I want to show you the alternative, which Layle offers. She offers sleeves on her website, and my discount code works on the sleeves as well. So if you want to start storing your stamps properly, LayleByMail is probably the way to go. These ones, let me just show you. What I like about the larger Hero Arts envelopes is you can put multiple sets of stamps in one sleeve. Okay, so this is the largest size, and I have 2 stamp sets in here. And the large Hero Arts guy fits perfectly inside this Target tub, okay? But it is larger than it needs to be for a larger stamp set. So actually, let's hold on. Let me go to one of these guys. Actually, we'll do this. So we're going to take this guy out. I think they're 6x8. Am I saying that correctly? I think it's a 6x8. Here's the largest size stamp set that LayleByMail offers. Okay. And when you buy it, it will come with, you know, it's double covered with acetate, and it's in packaging like this. This, I think, is great if you want to store your stamps on a pegboard, but if you want to store them in a bin where you can file through them, this is extra width, right? So Layle sells sleeves, and this pack specifically is like a combo pack, but I think you can get specific sizes that you want. Now, these are going to be, they're plastic, right? So they might come stuck together. So you want to unstick them. But let me just show you the different sizes. She's got these little guys. Then there's like a in-betweeny, like small, medium, and then medium, and then large. And these are so great because they're a perfect fit for her stamp. So what I would do is, if you wanted to keep this guy, because it's nice having like white paper underneath, let me just show you how this goes in. This should fit perfectly. I'm going to slide this guy in, although it's going to slide better with paper flanking it. If you want to keep the name of the thing, the name of the stamp set on there, you could actually trim off from there. But I actually don't need that because this, all of her stamp sets have the name of the stamp collection on the plastic that's going to forever be on your stamp. So what I'm going to do is take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut this down. Now, if you have a cutting board, use a cutting board. I don't really need this to be perfect. I just like having a white backdrop so I can see it. And that seems like a pretty good fit. Let's see if this will fit now. And the paper is too wide. Hold on, so we're gonna cut this down. I would consider, like, if you start collecting stamps, it's a whole separate thing coming up with a storage solution that you're happy with for your stamps. Now this is going to be a tight squeeze. I'm pretty sure this fits this size. Am I wrong? I think it's because the paper's still too narrow. You don't need to put, or excuse me, too wide. You don't need to put a piece of white paper on the back of your stamps, but I just like to do that. All right, are we good there? That, or I didn't line up. Let me put the paper in. So Layle's sleeves are going to be a perfect fit, meaning they're going to maximize your space in whatever storage bin you're using. Whereas the Hero Arts envelope is going to give you a little bit extra wiggle room, which you may or may not like. Let's try this again. My acetate is not sticky anymore. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's try this again. Because I really want to show you guys what I'm talking about here with the difference between going with a fitted sleeve versus the larger envelope. All right, so we're sliding this guy down, sliding it down. There we go. Now, this is literally a perfect fit, okay? Now, it might be hard to get out, but it will maximize your storage, okay? So the point of me doing this was to show you the difference between going with like a third-party Hero Arts envelope and a LayleByMail envelope. Can you see the size difference here? You've got almost an inch on top taller and maybe half an inch longer. And some people might like that, some people might not. So it's gonna take up more space here, okay? So I like the LayleByMail ones because they fit perfectly the stamp set. But keep in mind, I mean, you're gonna have to kind of set this up in advance, right? Like you're gonna have to cut some paper down and then slide it in. So it might be a little bit harder to get out, whereas envelopes like this are bulkier, but they're more forgiving just because of the material. So those are the two options I have for storing stamps, and Layle has like every size available so that you can get sleeves that perfectly match whatever stamp sets you're getting. And these, again, just fit lovely in the Bright Room bins from Target. Other accessories I wanted to highlight because I do think this is a feather in the cap for Layle. I use these all the time, and so I have to mention them before we get into the notebooks, and that is the pencil board, her blocks, and ruler. So let me move these in. Okay, so she has on her website a bundle, and I would recommend you just getting the bundle. I think maybe when I purchased these, they weren't in a bundle yet. But she has a bundle of the stamping stylus, these blocks, and then 2 or 3 other acrylic blocks. These stamps are photopolymer cling stamps, so you have to stick them on something and then you stamp down with the thing that they're stuck on, if that makes sense. I love these. My sausage fingers like having something to hold onto. A typical stamping block, if I can find a typical stamping block, they're fine. But if you notice the height difference here, it's just easier to hold something that's a little bit taller. And frankly, I found LayleByMail looking for something like this that I did not see existed out there. I was starting to collect more icon stamps, And these little itty bitty icons are so hard to navigate. I still sometimes will grab tweezers to lift them off and to place them because they're so small and can be difficult to hold onto. And the stamping stylus basically is your stamp block, but it feels like a pen and it's so much easier to control. You can look down the top of it. You can see so clearly the direction of things, and then you can press your stamp down for these little guys. So I would recommend getting the whole collection if you can, or at least like these guys, because they make stamping smaller things so much easier. So the stylus is so great. Great for these mini ones. And then if you have smaller icons like these ones, they're great on these blocks. So I don't know, something about it, like the round acrylic block is nice. It's also better to use an acrylic block that is similar in size to the stamp that you're laying down, because you can get better accuracy. And so getting these smaller ones are great if you know you're going to have some of these smaller sized icons. So love these so much. Big fan. And then I use this in, I feel like almost any video or any time I am stamping, especially in my Archer and Olive notebooks, like a bound planner of any kind, you want a pencil board, and not like a cardstock pencil board from Hobonichi or from Sterling Ink. You want an acrylic pencil board. This is going to give you a nice firm stamping surface that, let me just grab a random planner, that you can slide in between the pages, and you've got a nice hard board to stamp on. So especially if you are a planner, if you're a planner out there and you're starting to dabble with stamping, please get the pencil board. This is an A5 size. I hope that we see a bigger size because I like having some overhang. You do have to be a little bit more careful. Most planners that I'm seeing a lot of like 7x9 planners out there, kind of Happy Planner classic size. And even an A5 Archer and Olive notebook, it is nice if it went a little bit bigger, but get this as a starter because it is so, so good. And it'll fit in a variety of different planner sizes, and hopefully we'll see bigger sizes from LayleByMail soon. But this was one of the first items I purchased along with this stylus, and I have zero regrets about this purchase. A more recent purchase, I picked this up at Little Craft Fest. It is a giant ruler, and I love a big ruler. I like the overhang element of it, but this is different for a couple of reasons. Well, first, it goes down to the 1/18th, I think, or is it 1/16th measurement. And so it's a 12-inch ruler, but it also on the bottom has a balancing element to it. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This allows you to find the center of your page really easily. So if you want just a nice, big, solid acrylic ruler that has crazy detail measurements on the top, and then crazy detail measurements plus a centering tool, this is going to be the best ruler to get. So that is that guy. Let's pivot over to something that is new to me, and this is going to connect us with our giveaway element of this video. Let's talk about these idea books. Actually, no. Let's talk about, yes, we're going to do this first because this won't make as much sense until we get through the idea books. Now, I'm not going to flip through all of these in great detail, but I do want to point these out. If you are interested in getting into creative listing, I've definitely jumped on the bandwagon. It is my preferred method for creative journaling, and I have had so much fun with this. Layle has been doing this for years, and at some point she thought it was smart to take all the pictures from her listing, decorative creative listing journals, and put them into an idea book. And kind of a genius idea, because now we can get this and go through tons of examples and list ideas from Layle. And she's got one from, this was 2022, and then book 2 is 2023, and book 1 is 2022, book 2 is 2023, book 3 is 2024. Okay, so I'm just going to do a very quick flip of this to show you, because 2 people who watch this video, who are subscribed to my YouTube channel and subscribed to Layle's channel, LayleByMail, and who comment, I'll give you the prompt at the end, comment below, following both of us, comment down below. 2 people are going to win all 3 idea books from Layle. She's going to ship all 3 idea books to you. And our hope is that this gives you a nice leg up on getting creative, getting back into creative journaling, trying creative listing, and giving you the ideas to, get going with it. So this is the first book, and I'm going to pull out just a little bit, but again, we are not going to do a detailed flip because that would be insane. But let's just go through the elements of the book, and then we'll take a look at the other ones as well. So she's got our table of contents, a bunch of information, why she lists, there's Layle, why she lists, how long she has been doing it. She gives you ideas for how to use the book. She lists out all of the topics that she listed in 2020. So I think that is really cool. So these are basically ideas, okay? And then 2021 list topics. Look at all of these lists that you can make. If you want to get into creative journaling, but you don't know where to start with lists. And she is giving you all the lists. It's insane. 2022 list topics. So she's been listing since COVID, since 2020. And so this first book is going to take us through, I guess, the first, 2 years? No. Yeah. So she also includes on what day she posted the YouTube video. This is insane to me. Like, this girl is next level. I love her for it. She's like goals for me. But the idea book gives you the final product. It tells you how long it took to take, and it even gives you the link to the corresponding YouTube video where she made it. Can you guys believe that? So totally crazy. So beginning and end. So we've got like things she's looking forward to in 2021, things she wants to learn. Again, the date that she made it, the link to the YouTube video for when she made it, how much time it took, and then a picture of what it looks like. Can you believe that? I'm just going to do a quick flip, but look at all of these samples of lists that she has made. Again, with the date that it was made, the YouTube video, how long it took, and all the different topics and the pictures of what the final spreads look like. How crazy is that, you guys? So I'm just going to do, and it looks like she's got different categories. Like the section right now that we're flipping through is all about me. So I'm actually, I've been doing some of that in June and July for my birthday. Here and now, opposites attract. Things about entertainment, like TV, movies, music, food, different types of food, restaurants you want to try, going to Disney, traveling, things for your family, childhood, in the news, seasonal. We've got Christmas, we've got winter, Halloween, fall, summer. How rad is that? I actually haven't looked at any of these yet in great detail. She just sent these to me. And so I'm going to have to do my own like looky-loo through this off camera. But she also has here the different stamp sets. Like, ooh, I didn't know there was a list builder focus. I'm gonna have to look that one up. But love that. Here's our about last month, 2023. We've seen that. Year in review. Love that. So here we can see, oh, I love this. She's showing us the different LayleByMail stamps and then how, like, samples of how they've been used. How cute is that? There's the right here stamp set. Love that. So there's all kinds of samples here, and of course the products that she used. There's an index, so you can look things up by word or by theme, and then if you've got some notes that you want to write down. So that is the first book. The first book is definitely the thickest of the three, probably because it covers way more time, would be my guess. Let's do a quick looky-loo at volume 2 just to see how it has changed. We've got our table of contents again, and more explanation for the journey, how to get started, pick the products, pick the list, start and end, and insert. Now she uses a standard traveler's notebook size, which is a little bit wider than a traveler's notebook. And she sells them on her website. So if you want to do creative listing in what she uses, you can do that. And my discount code will work on those starter items as well. I've adapted this style to Archer and Olive, and how I love bullet journal things and the bound books. But if you are a traveler's notebook person, definitely take a look at the notebooks that she has. And then here are all of her list topics. And same thing going into the second book. We have the date that it was done, the web address for the YouTube video, and how long it took to complete. Interactive. I wonder if that means it was a live one, maybe. And she asked questions to folks. I'm not sure. But yeah, just love these. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but maybe at the end, yeah. So at the end, we have maybe more stamps, a little bit more consolidated here. Love it. And I like that she logged which ones have been bestsellers. So maybe stamps that came out. Ooh, I need to look through this. Like, look at this one, List Builder To Do. I need to see if that one's still available. I love these. I haven't seen this one, Top 10, List Builder Top 10. Might need to go shopping. But yeah, you can see kind of a catalog of her stamp sets as well. Love that. Oh, I did want to say, definitely take your time on the LayleByMail website, because there are so many things on there. I just showed you stamps today, but she has like mini book kits where you purchase a bundle of like a cohesive collection of scrapping papers, stickers, washi tape, stamps, die cuts, like to create a cohesive themed like traveler's notebook. And she's got a bunch of different kits. She also has done like seasonal kits as well. So if you are looking for a little bit more instruction or more cohesive themes beyond just stamps, and you want the matching papers, you want the matching stickers, you want the matching washi, look at the pre-made kits, you guys. I think my discount code will work on those as well. And that can really give you a jump if you just don't know where to start and you're overwhelmed with stamps, but you need help kind of filling in the picture. Then look at her different collections and mini kits, because they are so good. She also has, I'll talk while we're going through volume 3. She also has an item that I think I need to get. She has these, like the little daubers, the spongy daubers that you use to kind of buff on ink. She has this whole like kit thing that allows you to change out the foam on the top of the dauber and color code it and catalog it in a like plastic container, so that your handle can be used with any color and you can change out the colors and not like cross-pollinate your ink daubers. I'm probably not explaining that very well, but if I remember, I will link it down in the description box so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. That is probably the next like bigger ticket or investment item that I'm looking at, where like maybe I should start organizing my daubers by colorway. But that's just an example of how diverse her website is. She also carries other like scrapbook and like rub-on transfers, stickers, like other brands on her website as well, not just LayleByMail products. So she's got a lot of different scrappy, like creative things. So again, how to use the book, 2024 topics, and then lots of examples. We've got our YouTube links, how long it took to how long it took to create the project. It's just so bloomin' incredible. Let's see if there's anything different along here. We'll just do a quick flip like this. Miscellaneous, entertainment, travel, in the news, seasons. And then as we get to the back, we again have like stamps that came out this year. And here we've got our different bullets. We can see all of her stamps. Love that. So that is a little sampling of the idea books that you can get on our website. But like I said, I'll give you details at the end. 2 of you will win the collection of idea books from Layle in our giveaway today. Last item I wanted to show you, it doesn't look like much, but when I opened it, I was like, this is genius. So if you decide that you want to go in on listing, or you're just a creative person in general, maybe you have different projects that you're creating, like you could be a painter or an artist, you could be a clay artist, like doing like figurines and stuff, or pottery, any sort of creative thing where you're using multiple materials and you want to remember what you're creating. This can be like your log of your projects. Now, for someone who creates content for companies, this to me is awesome. So as a content creator, this is something that I need. And I've actually been doing this on my own in a notebook. I don't share it or anything, but this is how I kind of keep track of the different projects and what I use. So if you are someone like me that creates content around paper, this could be good for you as well. But if you're not and you just like to do creative listing, let's talk about this. This is just a workbook, okay? Tons of pages for you to write down your list. Okay, what's your list? Any notes about it? The products that you used and items. I feel like products and items are the same. Maybe Layle can explain what is a product and what is an item, because I feel like it's very similar. Maybe products is like the creative things that you use, and then maybe the items to assemble it. I'm not sure. But this is a way to catalog what you are doing or what you've already done. So, if I did a list of like my 42 hopes, and I used, I'm trying to remember what products I used. Let's say I used like Cocoa Daisy stickers. I would put Cocoa Daisy kit September 2025 flowers or something like that. Like you can put down what products did you use, and you can do like a mock-up in advance of what you want your list to look like. So this is like a 2-page spread, and if you don't want to draw, you don't have to. You could just list out like title and then where you want your main list to be, and then like deco here. Or if you like to doodle, you could doodle it out. So this is almost like a fancy scratch paper to like organize your lists. How cool is that? And my understanding with this was she kind of created this for herself, and people wanted to see it, and she showed it, and they're like, oh, we want that. And so she just decided to make it available to everybody. So if you are looking for an idea workbook, this is available on her website as well. And I think this is really good for pre-planning too. Like this is probably something I should do this summer as I look ahead over the next several months. I can write down what lists I want to make, because I really want to be better about putting lists out do like my creative videos on Fridays. And so, maybe I can be thinking ahead, like what lists do I want to make in the month of October, for example. And I could put the date for each video that I want to go live, date for when I want the video to go live, and then kind of think, okay, seasonally, what's happening during that time? What would be an appropriate list? And I can kind of plan in advance what my creative content is going to be. So that's how I'm planning on using it. Love that the pages are double-sided. These are just like pretty much like a little bit weightier than copy paper. It's not really thick. It's not meant to, you're meant to destroy this, right? It's a workbook, but it is just so nice to have. Just a place to do this. Now there's a break in the notebook, and then you have list ideas. So this is something I plan on doing. I have some list ideas that I've just thought of for myself, but I fully plan on going into these idea books and saying, okay, what is relevant to my life? What lists can I modify for me? And create my kind of master list of ideas. And look how many pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pages double-sided. Then we have a piece of cardstock, and then we have list design ideas. So if and this is probably something that I'll keep in my house, and if I'm just kind of like hanging out watching TV or something, and I have an idea pop into my head, I can come into this notebook, flip it over, and just kind of doodle it out. And you've got a bunch of pages, easily at least 10 of list design ideas. So this is definitely next level. If you know that you want to get into creative listing or creative journaling or even creative planning, and you're totally type A and you want to know, okay, how do I roughly want this laid out? What products do I want to use? I want to remember what products I use. You know, as someone who creates things and posts them on the internet, you know, you guys ask me, oh, like, what was that one pen you used at the 12-minute mark? Okay, well, it'd be nice if I could remember, but here I could write down what are the products that I used, and I can very quickly reference that for the description box. So very excited about that. Okay, we're going to wrap up this video with the giveaway. You guys ready? So like I said, this is in conjunction with Layle. Layle is sponsoring this for sure. Like, she is going to gift you guys, two people, the 3 idea books to help you get started on your journey. Here are the requirements. You must be following me here, be subscribed to my channel here on YouTube. So subscribe to The Joyful Sojourn on YouTube. Subscribe to LayleByMail on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to her channel, you guys, what are you thinking? Like, she is the queen bee, okay? I love that you follow me. Please follow me and like, let's do the thing together. But if you are looking for like the OG creative lister who's been there, done that, and is doing it in traveler's notebooks, she's like the ultimate scrapper. You should be following her. So you must be subscribed to the LayleByMail YouTube channel. And then the last thing is, comment down below with a creative list you'd like to try. You don't have to come up with some idea that you think no one's ever heard of. It can be just something that you've been thinking about that you'd like to try creative listing with. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you would like to creative list, and we will randomly pick 2 people to receive all 3 idea books. This giveaway is going to close on, I should have looked at the dates better. Hold on. It's going to close on Tuesday, July 22nd at 9 a.m. Central Time. Okay? So Tuesday, July 22nd, 9 a.m. Central Time. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel, you are subscribed to Layle's channel, and you leave a comment down below with a creative list you would like to try. Honestly, I would also just love to hear what you think about creative listing. Have you started doing it since you started watching my channel and watching me do it? Are you using your Archer and Olive notebooks? Are you using something else? What are you getting creative with? I just would love to hear how people are playing in their paper products, how they're playing in their planners and in their notebooks. So if you have any questions, definitely hit me up. Again, my affiliate link for LayleByMail is down in the description box. If this video was helpful, I really hope that you'll consider shopping with that affiliate link, and my discount code JOYFUL10 saves you 10% off of your purchase and helps kind of compensate me for the time it takes to put out this content. And like I said at the beginning, it helps keep the lights on around here so I can keep putting out creative and entertaining content for you guys. So again, JOYFUL10 to get that discount code, and yeah, please enter the giveaway. Let's get more people creative listing. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn, and I believe Layle's Instagram account is LayleByMail. So make sure that you are also following Layle over on Instagram as well. She's got such beautiful content. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. Start thinking about your next creative list, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.